We swipe, they steal. We tap, they hack. Identity theft is a multi-billion-dollar crime in the US, and it's only getting bigger. Whether stolen from your wallet or your digital footprint, it's not just money you could lose. You could lose your freedom. Just ask Jessamine Lavelle and Dan Wheeler. We are ready to confront the man that ruined your life. He's sitting outside of the house of the man who stole his identity and the life he planned to live.
It's a scary thing knowing that I can be arrested at any time that this guy uses my name again.
Crime Watch Daily helped Dan track his identity thief down in Portland, Oregon. So our Mark just arrived at the house. We're positive it's him. So now we're going to get ready to see if he comes outside. Today, Dan and his phony will finally go face to face.
There he is. There he is.
But first, Dan shares the details of how it all started 20 years ago.
I made an illegal left turn. Next thing I know, I'm in handcuffs.
That simple traffic stop changed Dan's life forever.
What did they tell you that they were arresting you for?
Just that I had a warrant for my arrest.
That warrant was for a failure to appear. But here's the terrifying part. The officer told Dan he was listed as a registered sex offender.
I was shaking.
The officer pulled up the mugshot for Dan Wheeler, and it clearly wasn't him. Someone had stolen his identity. He was released, but still shaken.
My supervisor asked what happened, and I told him, I said, I just got arrested. And he says, for what? And I had a warrant for my arrest for some city I've never been to.
Despite the mugshot mismatch, Dan's problems were just getting started. Heartbreak followed when Dan Wheeler and his wife opened their home to a foster child.
Next thing I know, they're calling us up and saying, hey, the background popped up with this on there, and you're going to have to, give the child back.
Turns out Dan actually knew the character who stole his ID, a guy named Jason Santiago Lee Ellis.
I was dating a girl, and it was her ex-boyfriend, actually, that broke into my truck and stole my wallet and had my social security card and everything in there.
Dan Wheeler is not alone. Statistics show more than 15 million Americans are victimized by identity theft every year. Jessamine Lovell is one of them. After she lost her wallet in San Francisco, she got a knock at her front door.
The Albuquerque police showed up at my doorstep to tell me that the San Francisco Financial Crimes Unit was trying to get a hold of me.
They wanted to talk to Jessamine about several cases of fraud.
I appeared in court, and luckily I had enough proof of where I was at the time the crime was committed, and my fingerprints played a part in it, that I was let off by the judge.
Jessamine didn't go to jail that night, but she still didn't control her own name.
Then it started to really sink in that this woman was using my name, my identity, to commit crimes, and that now, forever, I have this on my record as being actually arrested for this crime that I didn't commit.
Finally, she'd had enough. Jessamine decided to track her imposter down herself. It would not be easy.
I spent several $1,000s hiring a private investigator and a team of men to go out and find her and follow her and photograph her.
It took a couple of years. Then Jessamine and her team of private investigators struck pay dirt. The woman who had stolen Jessamine's identity and made her life an unending hell finally had a face and a real name: Erin Hart.
But when I first saw her in person, looking at her, that was pivotal for me. I saw her and I felt like I got her. This is awesome.
Erin Hart has a long criminal history. Though Jessamine never confronted Erin face to face, she did learn as much as possible about the person who stole her name and a part of her life.
The last I heard, Erin Hart was homeless, and she was struggling making the transition from being out of jail and being on probation to making a life for herself. And that's not something that I've ever had to deal with.
Jessamine is so forgiving, she actually put an art exhibition on about her hunt for the identity thief called Dear Erin. She even sent Erin an invitation to the opening. She didn't show. Dan Wheeler is forgiving too, but he wants to meet face to face with the identity thief who forever changed his life. Dan, I can't even imagine being in your shoes. I mean, this guy marked you as a sex offender. If I were you, I would be so livid, so upset. We helped Dan track Jason Ellis down in Portland, Oregon. Ellis has had dozens of charges for credit fraud and ID theft filed against him over the years. Now, it's time to come face to face with a real victim. So we're coming up on the house of Jason Ellis. I finally got the word from our team. He was home. We got confirmation that he is indeed home. Dan, it's the opportunity to confront the guy who stole your identity and ruined your life. You ready?
Perfect. Yeah, definitely ready.
Jason Ellis?
Yeah.
Jason Mattera, Crime Watch Daily. This is Dan Wheeler. You recognize him?
No.
You should. You stole his identity and you savaged his name as a sex offender.
Do what now?
20 years ago, you stole my wallet out of my truck and have used my name and have gotten me in so much dude. You have no clue.
You want to apologize to him?
Well, yeah, I don't even remember doing it, but I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay. You don't remember stealing Dan Wheeler's identity?
No, I don't.
You did steal identities.
I used to, yeah.
You used to.
I did used to do that. Well, I'm sorry. I don't remember it, but, if I did it up with Shane, I'm pretty sure I probably did. If you say I did, I do apologize for it.
Do you believe him? Do you think he's trying to clean up his act?
I want to say I do believe him.
Anything else you want to say to Jason, Dan?
Just say I will accept your apology.
Thank you.
Fortunately for Ellis, the statute of limitations has long run out, so Dan won't be filing any criminal charges. And fortunately for the real Dan Wheeler, he's no longer in the registered sex offender database.
When you think about it, it really is frightening how easily people can steal our identities. So we brought in a cybersecurity expert, the CEO of the company Windscribe, Yegor Sak, to tell us how we can better protect ourselves. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Chris. We're excited to be partnered up with Crime Watch Daily to help show your viewers how they can prevent hacking and identity theft.
So what exactly is VPN and what does it do?
VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, which is a tool that adds a layer of privacy to your online communications. In a nutshell, it creates an encrypted tunnel from your computer to one of their servers. To anybody who might be watching, your activity will look like just a bunch of gibberish going back and forth. The use of VPN is crucial on public Wi-Fi networks.
Why is public Wi-Fi such a risk for people?
When you connect to a public Wi-Fi network, such as the one at the airport, a coffee shop, or a restaurant, you really have zero expectations of privacy, or at least you should have zero expectations of privacy.
People don't know that.
That's because hackers can easily set up fake Wi-Fi hotspots that are indistinguishable from the real thing. Once you connect to one of these hotspots, all your activity is exposed, including your browsing history, including passwords that you type into login boxes, emails that you send and receive. And the attacker could be thousands of miles away or sitting right next to you with nothing but a laptop.
What does Windscribe do above and beyond VPN?
Windscribe prevents this kind of tracking by blocking ads, trackers, all of which could compromise your privacy and anonymity online.
Yegor, thank you very much for being here today. I appreciate it. For more information and a special offer on Windscribe's VPN solution, you can go to crimewatchdaily.com/VPN. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.